Hey guys, welcome back for another video. What we're going to do today is we'll be looking at all of our baseball games that we have coming up for Tuesday, June 24th. We have 15 games in total. Every single team is going to be playing today. There's some new series kicking off, and we are slowly inching our way closer to the All-Star break. It is almost the midway point of the season. These games are starting to mean a lot more. We're going to break down all 15 of our games, look at the rosters, the lineup, try to predict the outcome for every single matchup. Who's going to win? Who's going to lose, what the final scores might be, and we'll also be taking a look at our best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. If you're a sports fan, if you're a baseball fan, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, do you agree with me, disagree with me, what are your thoughts on these games? Make sure to drop them below. I will make sure that I respond to every single comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, look down at the pinned comment down below, click on that link, you can sign up there, and I would definitely appreciate that. We're going over every game, every day, every week, this entire season, breaking them all down, and we also do the same thing for the football seasons. Once the NFL and college football starts, we break down all the games, we do our predictions, we do our best bets. So if you're a sports fan, if you're a baseball fan or a football fan, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. But let's not waste any more time. We have 15 games to break down today. And our first game today at 6:35 p.m., the 38-40 Texas Rangers. Right now, the Rangers, third place in the AL West. They started out the season really hot, kind of fell off. The main thing holding this team back has been their offense. Surprising to say, on paper, one of the best offensive lineups. They have Seager back. Zero excuses. They have been swinging cold bats the entire season, but they're pitching a top 3 overall pitching team. That's what's keeping this team alive. They'll be facing the 33-44 Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles bats have actually finally woken up. They don't have good pitching, but at least they can hit some home runs. Right now, Baltimore 43.1% chance to win this game. Texas a 56.9. The Rangers are the Vegas favorites here, 1.5 run favorites, an 8.5 over under. Texas is minus 132 and Baltimore is plus 110 right now. Texas with that offense, 3.6 runs a game, 229 batting average, 78 home runs. That's not bad. 63 steals, giving up 3.16 runs per game. That is top 3 in baseball. That is elite starting pitching. Right now, the Orioles 4 runs a game, 239 average, 88 home runs. They do club a lot of home runs. That's what's give them a shot here. 55 steals, but they are giving up 4.95 runs per game. That's almost 2 runs more than Texas gives up every single game. The big thing here, Texas, as of right now, there is no starter announced for the Rangers. I hate going into these games blind, not knowing all the variables, but unfortunately, we have to do that with Texas. Keep your eyes on who the starter is as we get closer to game time, but as of right now, we do know that Charlie Morton's going to be on the mound for the Orioles, having one of the worst starts of his career. This guy's about 58 years old. He's been pitching for a while. Veteran, experienced pitcher, but just doesn't have it this season. 4-7 record, 5.64 ERA, 67 innings, 74 strikeouts. He's still striking out, guys, but 32 walks, 75 hits, all in 67 innings. Can the Rangers offense wake up here? We don't know who the starter is, but I'm still going to go with Texas to win this one to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the over. And our second game that we're going to be looking at is going to be at 6:40 p.m. We're going to have the 32-48 Athletics. One thing the Athletics do, they're not a great pitching team, but they do hit a lot of home runs. If you are off pitching-wise, they always have the possibility that they might be able to get away with a couple long balls. They'll be facing off first the 49-30 Detroit Tigers. One of the best teams in baseball, one of the most rounded teams in baseball right now. They are first place in the AL Central. The Athletics are fifth place in the AL West. Detroit, heavy favorites here. 78.2% chance to win this game. The A's a 21.8. The Tigers are 1.5 run favorites, 7.5 over under. Detroit is minus 290. The Athletics are plus 235. They are heavy favorites here. No one is really giving the A's a shot to win this game. Sometimes that kind of scares you because sometimes you're being set up for the potential upset. Right now, the A's, though, they're averaging 4.2 runs a game, 252 average, 98 home runs. That's top 7 in baseball. 43 steals, giving up 5.42 runs per game. That is bottom 3 in baseball. You don't want a bad pitching team versus the Detroit Tigers, one of the more rounded teams, one of the best offenses in baseball. They're averaging 4.9 runs a game, 252 average, 96 home runs, 28 steals, and they're only giving up 3.5 runs per game. That is a top 5 overall pitching team in the major leagues right now, and they have one of the best pitchers on the mound in baseball today. They're going to have Tarek Skubal on the mound. This guy, he might be the front runner right now for the AL Cy Young. An 8-2 record, a 2.06 ERA, 96 innings, 117 strikeouts. He's on pace for about 250 strikeouts this season. Only 6 home runs given up in 16 games. That is elite control. Only 12 walks in 16 games. No one can really match him control-wise. He's going up against Luis Severino, career 3.87 ERA. So far this season, 2-7 record, a 4.42 ERA, 95.2 innings, 66 strikeouts. But he's keeping the ball in the ballpark, but he does have 30 walks so far, putting a lot of guys on base here. You don't want to flirt with disaster versus that Tigers offense. Give me Detroit to win this game to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And then at 6:40 p.m., we're going to have the 41-36 Toronto Blue Jays. I was very hard on this team during the month of April, but their bats finally got going to end the month of May. They've been hot the entire month of June. They finally reached that potential long ball-wise. They are hitting a lot of home runs right now. They just got to get their pitching right. They'll be facing off versus the 39-37 Cleveland Guardians. Right now, the Guardians second place in the AL Central. Toronto third place in the AL West. Right now, the Blue Jays 51.9% chance to win this game. The Guardians a 48.1% chance. So with the fans here, practically a 50-50 split. The Blue Jays are 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. Toronto is minus 105. Cleveland is minus 115. So you see, Vegas is really giving a real shot here for either of these teams to walk away with the win. Right now, the Blue Jays with that hot offense right now, they're averaging 4.3 runs a game. 256 average, 79 home runs, 38 steals, giving out 4.17 runs per game. Cleveland, the offense has not been necessarily playing well the last 3 to 4 weeks. That's what kind of caused them to drop a little bit, but they're back to 2 games over 500. They have some momentum right now. They're averaging 3.8 runs a game, hitting 230, 75 home runs, 61 steals, giving up 3.84 runs per game. The Guardians are going to have Logan Allen on the mound, 5-4 record of 4.21 ERA, which is actually below his career average of 4.5. 66.1 innings, 50 strikeouts, 30 walks in 66 innings. That's practically a walk every other inning here. And for the Blue Jays, they have Eric Lauer on the mound, career about a 4 ERA, pitching much better than that this season. 3-1 record, a 2.29 ERA, 35.1 innings, 36 strikeouts. But you see, a lot of people going with Cleveland to potentially pull off the upset here at home. I'm going to go with them. Give me the Guardians to pull off the upset, going with the plus 1.5, and I'll go with the over. And then on TBS at 7:10 p.m., one of the best rivalries in baseball, an NL East versus NL East matchup. The very hot 35-41 Atlanta Braves facing off versus the 46-32 New York Mets. The Braves started this season 0-7, awful start to the season. And they got really hot, got above 500, fell 10 games below 500, and now they have the momentum back. They're back chipping their way back to 500. Their goal, get as close to 500, get to 500 or at least over. And by the time that we get to the All-Star break, you have your best hitter back, you have Acuna back, you have Strider back, your best pitcher. Now's the time to really get some momentum. They'll be facing these New York Mets. The Mets right now, on paper, one of the better offensive lineups in baseball, but with that 1 through 3, Lindor, Soto, Alonso, they got to get their bats going at the same time, and 4 through 9 really has to step up, but they are one of the better pitching teams in baseball. Great starting rotation, great bullpen, but they are battling some pitching injuries right now. New York, a 57.9% chance to win this game. The Braves, a 42.1% chance, but Atlanta is the Vegas favorites here, 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over under. The Braves are minus 155. The Mets are plus 130. But you see, a lot of people are kind of siding with the Mets to potentially pull off the upset win here. Right now, the Braves are averaging 4.2 runs a game, hitting 245, 80 home runs, starting to get a lot more power, 39 steals, giving up 3.65 runs per game. That number has slowly been coming down the last couple weeks, and they finally got Strider back. Right now for the Mets, 4.5 runs a game, 246 average. They've been hitting a buttload of home runs the last 2 weeks, 102 total home runs, but they've been a lot of solo shots. They got to get some runners on base here. 61 steals, giving up 3.15 runs per game. Yes, that's higher than it was, but it's still top 3 in baseball. Looking at our pitching matchup, you have Frankie Montas making his first start of the season for the Mets. He's been injured this entire season when it started. He's now making his first start here. Will his arm be a little rusty? If it is, he's not going to go that deep here. Going to put a lot of pressure on that Mets bullpen. He's going up against Spencer Strider. Spencer Strider, one of the better young pitchers in baseball. Not the best start so far this season, but his last 2 to 3 starts, he has been back on point. 2-5 record, a 3.89 ERA, 37 innings, 45 strikeouts. I'm going to go with the Braves winning this one. I'm going to go with them covering the spread, and I'm going to go with the under this game. And at 7:10 p.m., 2 actually really good teams. The 45-32 New York Yankees, first place in the AL East. One of the best pitching staffs in baseball. Really hot bullpen right now. One of the best offenses in baseball. Obviously led by Judge right now, hitting 367, 28 home runs, 62 RBIs, having the best season of anyone right now. And they'll be visiting the 40-38 Cincinnati Reds. The Reds, 4th place in the NL Central, and they're 2 games over 500. It just shows you how deep the NL Central is right now. Right now, the Reds, a 43.5% chance to win this game. The Yankees a 56.5% chance. The Yanks are 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. New York is minus 165. Cincinnati's plus 140. That Yankees offense, hot offense right now. They are hitting a lot of home runs. Number 2 overall in baseball in total homers. They're averaging 5.1 runs per game. 255 average, 118 home runs. That's just behind the Dodgers right now. 54 steals, giving up 3.49 runs per game, which is top 7 in baseball, but they don't even have their ace right now. Garrett Cole has not pitched this season and still one of the deeper starting rotations. Right now, the Reds have been up and down this entire season. The offense has been up and down. Started out the season cold, then got hot, then got cold, but now it's back on the upswing. Makes this team really competitive right now, and they are at home. 4.6 runs a game, 247 average, 85 home runs, a lot of power, 62 steals, pretty decent speed, giving up 3.91 runs per game. Pitching has been consistent. They have Chase Burns going for Cincinnati right now. Hasn't thrown a pitch yet this season. Arm could be a little rusty, going up against one of the better lineups in baseball, and the Yankees have Carlos Rodon, the experienced veteran, having one of his best seasons of his career right now, a 9-5 record, a 3.1 ERA, 95.2 innings, 114 strikeouts. Yes, his last 2 starts were not his best, but a 3.10 ERA. He's someone that you can rely on to get a win here. Give me New York to win this game, to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And this is going to be a hard game to call at 7:40 p.m. The 43-35 Tampa Bay Rays are on the road. One thing about the Rays, the last month they have been on fire. They've clawed their way all the way back to second place in the AL East. They have a hot offense. They have great pitching right now, starting rotation and bullpen, both pitching well. They'll be going up against the 38-40 Kansas City Royals. One thing about the Royals, yes, they're 2 games under 500. They have one of the worst offenses in baseball, bottom 5 offense, but they have a top 5 pitching staff. If their pitchers could just get a couple runs and run support, they can get the win here. Right now, the Royals, 53.8% chance to win this game. Tampa Bay, a 46.2. Very, very close matchup there. The Royals are the favorites here, 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. Kansas City is minus 150. Tampa Bay is plus 125 on the road. Right now, the Rays, with the hot offense, 4.8 runs a game. 256 average, 84 home runs, top 10 in power, 104 stolen bases. That is number 1 in baseball. Very aggressive team on the bases. Their goal, get your guys in a scoring position, find ways to get them home. And they're only giving up 3.59 runs per game. For Kansas City, like I mentioned, bottom 5 offense in baseball, 3.4 runs per game, 247 average, 56 home runs, 62 steals. They do not have a lot of power. One of the lowest home run hitting teams in baseball, but they are only giving up 3.41 runs per game. This team, they put a lot of pressure on their starting pitchers to keep the score low so that they have a shot. But they do have a very underappreciated pitcher on the mound. Chris Bubic on the mound for the Royals, having one of the better seasons that no one's talking about right now. 6-4 record, a 2.12 ERA, 85 innings, 88 strikeouts, only 3 home runs given up in 16 games. That is elite. Can this guy please get some run support for once? He's going up against Todd Bradley right now for the Rays. 4-5 record, a 4.95 ERA. Not the best numbers here, but do the Royals take advantage of his pitches? Right now, a 4.95 ERA, 80 innings, 73 strikeouts, 34 walks. He's putting a lot of guys on base here. The Royals are going to have to be aggressive to get the win. Give me Tampa Bay pulling off the upset. I'm going to go with the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the under. And at 7:40 p.m., we're going to have the 39-37 Seattle Mariners. They started out the season really hot. They were first place in the West for a while, kind of fell off, but now they're working their way back up. They are second place in the AL West. They'll be facing off first the 37-40 Minnesota Twins, fourth place in the AL Central. They had an awful April, and they had a great May. Not the best month of June. They were about 8 games over 500. Now they're 3 games under 500. But with this lineup, with this pitching, there's a lot of untapped potential there. Right now, the Twins, a 46.5% chance to win this game. Seattle, a 53.5% chance. The Mariners are 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. Seattle's minus 105. Minnesota is minus 115. So you see Vegas is giving both of these teams a real shot to walk away with the win. The Mariners right now very talented on the offensive side, very balanced with their offense. 4.4 runs per game, 245 average, 96 home runs, 76 steals, giving up 3.96 runs per game. And for Minnesota, 4.2 runs a game, 241 average, 82 home runs, 36 steals. Where they've fallen off this month has been their pitching. Their ERA used to be about 3.6. It is up to 4.11 right now for the team. They got to get the pitching under control. For the Twins, they have Chris Paddock on the mound, 3-6 record, 4.48 ERA, which is pretty much right along with his career average, 80.1 innings, 56 strikeouts, and Luis Castillo on the mound for the Mariners, career 3.5 ERA. So far this season, 4-5 record, 3.38 ERA. He's a very consistent pitcher, usually the same performance week in, week out, 85.1 innings, 72 strikeouts. Give me the Mariners to walk away with the win here to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the under this game. And also at 7:40 p.m., the 31-48 Pittsburgh Pirates. The season got away from Pittsburgh really quick this year. They got to get things back on track. They have a bottom 2 offense in baseball. They need run support. Pitching's not bad. It all centers around that offense. They got to get it on track. They'll be facing the 43-35 Milwaukee Brewers, one of the hottest teams in baseball. They have a great offense right now. They have really good pitching right now. They're extremely aggressive on the base path, stealing a lot of bases, top 3 in stolen bases. Right now, the Brewers 64.7% chance to win this game. The Pirates a 35.3. Right now, Milwaukee 1.5 run favorites, 7.5 over under. Pittsburgh is plus 165. Milwaukee is minus 200 right now. Heavy favorites. For the Pirates, they're averaging 3.2 runs per game. Like I said, that is bottom 2 in baseball. 225 average. That is bottom 2 in baseball. Only 53 home runs right now. That's not going to cut it. 71 steals, giving up 3.82 runs per game. And they have a chance in this game because their starting pitching is actually not bad. But right now, the Brewers, hot on offense, hot with the pitching. They're averaging 4.6 runs a game. 243 average. 69 home runs, 94 steals. That is top 3 in stolen bases. A 3.8 ERA. On the mound for the Pirates, they have Andrew Heaney, 3-6 record, a 3.94 ERA. Having a really good season so far. He just needs some run support. 82.1 innings, 61 strikeouts, and Freddie Peralta on the mound for the Brewers. Very consistent pitcher. Back-to-back 200 strikeout seasons for his career. 3.5 ERA. Right now, 7-4 record, a 2.76 ERA. Probably the best start to any season of his career. 88 innings, 90 strikeouts. A lot of walks right now, 34 walks, but he's not letting them score. Give me the Brewers to win this game to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the over. And at 7:40 p.m., the 39-38 Arizona Diamondbacks, they must find themselves above 500 once the All-Star break gets here. This is a very competitive division. Right now, they're 4th place in the NL West. They have to take as many of these wins versus these bad teams as possible. They'll be playing the 25-53 Chicago White Sox. Lost 121 games last season. Not the best team right now, but they are very scrappy, very competitive team. What I mean by that, a lot of very close losses, and sometimes when you count them out, they do pull off the upset. Right now, the White Sox have 43.9% chance to win this game. The Diamondbacks a 56.1. Arizona 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. The Diamondbacks are minus 160. The White Sox are plus 135. Right now, the Diamondbacks, one of the best offenses in baseball. They score a lot of runs. They hit a buttload of home runs. They're averaging 5.2 runs per game, 256 average, 110 home runs. That's top 4 in baseball. 57 steals, giving up 4.81 runs per game. They give up a lot of runs, but it doesn't matter because they'll just outscore you. And right now for the White Sox, they're averaging 3.5 runs a game. 221 average, that's probably the worst in baseball. 60 home runs, 55 steals, giving up 4.24 runs per game. On the mound for the White Sox, Sean Burke, 3-7 record, 4.5 ERA, 76 innings, 61 strikeouts. And on the mound for the Diamondbacks, they have Nelson going, 4-2 record, 3.88 ERA, 55.2 innings, 45 strikeouts. This is one of those games that I could honestly see the potential upset happening here. And I'm going to go out a little bit on a ledge here. Call me crazy, but I do think this is going to happen. Give me the White Sox to win this one. I'm going to go with the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the under. And at 7:45 p.m., the 46-31 Chicago Cubs. This team, they can do it all. They can hit. They have a great batting average, they have power, they have speed, they have really good pitching. They'll be on the road here versus the 42-36 St. Louis Cardinals, also a very talented team. Right now, the Cardinals 3rd place in the NL Central. The Cubs are 1st place in the NL Central. Both these teams battling it out, a very deep division. Right now, Chicago a 49.9% chance to win this game. St. Louis a 50.1%. This is truly a 50-50 pick. I'm here. Right now with Vegas, the Cubs are 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. Chicago is minus 125. St. Louis is plus 105. The Cubs with that great offense, one of the best in baseball, 5.4 runs per game. 254 average, 109 home runs, that's top 5 in baseball, 90 steals, that's top 5 in baseball, and they're also only giving up 3.7 runs per game. They can hit, they can pitch, fun team to watch. Right now, the Cardinals, very talented roster, 4.7 runs per game, and they have a lot of veterans on this squad, 256 average, 74 home runs, 42 steals, they give up 3.94 runs per game for the Cardinals. They have Michael McGreevy on the mound, very small sample size from him so far this season, 101 record, 2.7 ERA. Great start to the season, though. 16.2 innings, 15 strikeouts, only 1 home run, only 2 walks given up. And Jameson Talon on the mound for the Cubs. Career 3.89 ERA. So far this season, right along with his career average, 7-4 record, a 3.84 ERA, 86.2 innings, 67 strikeouts. He has given up a lot of home runs. That's kind of concerning. 18 total home runs. That's more than his walks. He's only given up 17 walks here. The Cardinals can pull off the upset via the home run in this game. That is definitely a possibility. The Cubs, though, they probably have the better overall pitcher going this game. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals. I'm still going to go with the Cardinals. I think the power matchup here with that Cardinals roster versus Talon, that might hit a couple long balls. The Cardinals pull off the upset going with the +1.5, and I'm going to go with the over. And at 8:10 p.m. is one of the best matchups of the day. The 47-31 Philadelphia Phillies, first place in the NL West. They are now atop the division. Tough division. They'll be playing the 45-33 Houston Astros. Right now, the Astros also first place in the AL West. Both of these teams having great months so far. Don't forget, when the month of April ended, the Astros were well under 500. Now they're 12 games over 500. Veteran team, but so are the Phillies. Great loaded roster with them. Right now, Philadelphia, 45.7% chance to win this game. Houston, a 54.3%. The Astros are 1.5 run favorites. 7.5 over under. Houston is -145. Philadelphia is +120. But both of these squads are loaded. Right now, the Phillies, one of the best offensive rosters in baseball. Once they get Harper back, this is going to be deadly. They have Schwarber, Trey Turner. They're averaging 4.7 runs a game, hitting .258, 83 home runs, 66 steals, giving up 3.89 runs per game. In my personal opinion, once their starting rotation is fully healthy, they do have the deepest rotation in baseball. With the Astros, veteran squad, 4.3 runs a game, .257 average, 84 home runs, 45 steals, and giving up 3.52 runs per game. That is no surprise. They've had great pitching for basically the last decade. Looking at the matchup today, it's a good matchup. Ranger Suarez on the mound for the Phillies, 6-1 record. 2.2 ERA for his career, 3.34, 57.1 innings, 52 strikeouts, only 3 home runs given up. But he's going up against the veteran, Valdez on the mound, the left-handed pitcher. When he's on, he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. Career 3.29 ERA. So far this season, 8-4 record, 3.09 ERA, 96 innings, 99 strikeouts, only 6 home runs given up. Suarez has only given up 3. This is going to be a really good pitching matchup. That's how you can see this one being a pick-em practically. I'm going to go with the Phillies pulling off the upset, going with the +1.5, and I'm going to go with the over this game. But it's one of those games, keep your eye on, because it can go either way, would not be surprising. And then at 8:40 p.m., we have the 48-31 Los Angeles Dodgers, one of the best overall rosters in baseball, one of the best teams in baseball. Right now, they're first place in the NL West, and we know how deep that division is. They'll be facing the 18-60 Colorado Rockies at the bottom of the NL West, 5th place in the West right now. When you're looking at this matchup, this is an interesting game. The Dodgers have the best roster in baseball, but they have a lot of injuries. 15 pitchers on the DL. The Rockies, they're on pace to lose about 135 games, but they've actually been playing pretty decent baseball the last 2 weeks. Yes, they're still losing, but at least they're showing some fight. Right now, Colorado, 26.6% chance to win this game. The Dodgers, a 73.4% chance. The Dodgers are 2.5 run favorites, a 10.5 over under. Guys, make sure to check this line. I had to go digging for this line as of right now. Once the line gets published on, let's say, ESPN, the numbers might change, so please make sure to double check this once you're watching this video. Right now, looking at these teams, the Dodgers, the best overall offense in baseball, 5.6 runs per game, .264 average. That's number 1. 123 home runs. That is number 1 in baseball. They're starting to pull away there. They're just ahead of the Yankees. 44 steals, giving up 4.26 runs per game, which is actually not very good, but they do have 15 pitchers on the DL, so we kind of have to give them a little bit of a pass there. Right now, Colorado, 3.5 runs a game. They don't score very many runs, but they actually have pretty decent power. .228 average, 77 home runs, 41 steals, giving up 5.54 runs per game. They can't score runs. They give up a lot of runs versus the best offense here. That is not a good mix. We do not have a starter announced as of right now for the Dodgers. Could turn into a bullpen game. And then Germán Marquez on the mound for the Rockies. 3-8 record, 6.11 ERA, 73.2 innings, 50 strikeouts, 24 walks, 97 hits in 73 innings. He's putting a lot of guys on base here. The Dodgers will have opportunities to score some runs. Give me LA to win this game. I'm going to go with them covering the spread. And this is tough here because we're going into this game blind. We don't know who's on the mound for the Dodgers. I'm going to go with the over this game. And at 9:38 p.m., the 40-39 Boston Red Sox versus the 37-40 Los Angeles Angels. The Angels do hit a lot of home runs. They always have a slugger shot here. But Boston, one of the more rounded offenses in baseball. Right now, the Red Sox, 66.9% chance to win this game. Los Angeles Angels, a 33.1% chance. Boston, 1.5 run favorites. 7.5 over-under. Boston is minus 190. Los Angeles is plus 160 right now. The Red Sox, with that balanced offense, are averaging 4.7 runs a game. Hitting 248, 94 home runs, a lot of power here. 65 steals, pretty decent speed, giving up 3.9 runs per game. And for the Angels, 4.1 runs per game, 225 average. They do not have a good batting average by any means, but it seems like whenever they get a base hit, it is a solo home run. They have 110 home runs, 35 steals, giving up 4.58 runs per game, which is actually pretty bad, but it's much better than where it was last month. They were in the 5, so they are technically, statistically, pitching better. Looking at that pitching, they have Tyler Anderson on the mound for the Angels. 2-5 record, 4.56 ERA, 81 innings, 65 strikeouts, and Garrett Crochet on the mound for the Red Sox. Not the guy you want to be facing right now. 7-4 record, a 2.2 ERA, 102.1 innings. This guy eats up innings, 125 strikeouts. He's on pace for about 270 strikeouts this season. Only 9 home runs given up in 16 games. Give me Boston to win this one to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And on MLB Network at 9:40 p.m., we have our second to last game, the 32-46 Washington Nationals. I know, that's an awful record, but they're actually a young, scrappy team that'll be playing the 42-35 San Diego Padres. They need this win bad. They have to stay competitive in that NL West. Right now, they're third place in the West, and they're still 7 games over 500. Right now, the Padres, 65.3% chance to win this game. The Nationals, a 34.7% chance. Padres are 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. Washington is plus 140. San Diego is minus 165. The Nationals don't have a bad offense. They're averaging 4.2 runs per game. That is respectable. 240 average, 80 home runs, 64 steals, giving a 4.89 runs per game. The thing that mainly holds them back is their starting pitching right now. And for the Padres, their offense is capable of a lot more than what they're giving them right now. They got to get Fernando Tatis back on track. They're averaging 4.2 runs a game, 250 average, 65 home runs, 55 steals. But the pitching will still keep them in these games, only giving up 3.6 runs per game. They have a solid starting rotation, and they have a solid bullpen. Looking at the pitching for this game, Trevor Williams on the mound for the Nationals, getting rocked a little more than usual right now. 3-8 record, 5.54 ERA, 74.2 innings, 58 strikeouts, 90 hits in 74 innings. That's not promising. Ryan Bergert on the mound for the Padres, 1-0 record, 1.88 ERA, solid start, but small sample size, only 24 innings, 19 strikeouts, only 2 home runs in 24 innings. Give me the Padres to win this one, but I do think it will be very close. Padres win, but they win by 1 run, so I'm going to go with the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the over. And then our final game at 9:45 p.m., the 31-45 Miami Marlins. They're in the same spot as the Nationals. They don't have a bad offense, but the pitching, the starting rotation, and the bullpen, they are both not good right now. They'll be facing the 44-34 San Francisco Giants, second place in the NL West. Right now, San Francisco, 66.5% chance to win this game. Miami, a 33.5% chance. The Marlins, with their offense, are averaging 4 runs a game. 251 average, 66 home runs, 59 steals, getting up 4.91 runs per game. If their pitching was just a little better, they'd be a little closer to 500. And for the Giants, they're averaging 4.3 runs per game. They don't have a great offense, but it is their pitching that is elite right now. 232 average, 76 home runs, 42 steals, getting up 3.26 runs per game. That is top 4 in baseball. That's what you need to make a shot here to potentially make the playoffs. Looking at the pitching, Cal Quantrill on the mound for the Marlins, 3-7 record, a 4.68 ERA, 63.1 innings, 48 strikeouts, but he's going up against one of the best pitchers in modern baseball right now, Justin Verlander. This guy's a veteran. He's been pitching, it seems like, for 3 or 4 decades right now. He's about 65 years old. Right now, he is still winless this season. Justin Verlander, with all of his accolades, still is looking for his first win. Maybe it's today. 0-4 record, 4.45 ERA, 56.2 innings, 47 strikeouts. Right now, he's not going after money. He's going after stats and trying to make a run at history to solidify himself on the all-time ranks. I'm going to go out. I'm going to say Justin Verlander finally gets his first win of the season. The Giants win it. I have them covering the spread. I'm going to go with the under this game. Guys, that's our predictions. That's our best bets for all of our baseball games coming up for Tuesday, June 24th. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments, by all means, drop them down below, and I will make sure that I respond to every single one of them. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, look down at the pinned comment down below. Click on that link. You can sign up there, and I would definitely appreciate that. And as always, thank you for watching.